Good work Monday. Good work Monday. No case of the Mondays here.
No case of the Mondays. How do you feel like this fall camp is coming together, and what do you feel is like on your agenda for developing your players?
Fall camp is it's coming. It's really good. The guys up front, they're giving us opportunity to see what we have at running back. Just overall in the past, just to make this statement, it was tough to tell exactly what we had in the backfield in the sense of the talent, because when you have 4 guys in the NFL and a quarterback, obviously you're throwing the ball. That's what you're going to do. And last year they just didn't rely a lot on the running game. And this year, Coach wants to implement that. That's his, I think every interview he says we're going to run the ball. So our agenda is to make sure that we understand exactly what these guys are good at, what we're good at, and then figure out a way to get them better in the areas that they're not good. That's it. A lot of the times we're going to ask, and I just told them this, like we're going to put you in a position to do what you do well, but there's times we're going to ask you to do what we do well that may be uncomfortable for you, and that's where the growth is. And so that's what we're doing. We're putting them in uncomfortable spots, asking them to figure it out. And then when they don't figure it out, show them the things that's necessary to figure it out.
Scott, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, what kind of specific kind of skill sets, traits are you looking for and evaluating in your room kind of as we go through fall camp?
Listen, here's the reality. I'm here to coach. So whoever they put in the room, I'm a coach. I don't care what skill set you have. If you're not fast, if you're big or you're small, it doesn't matter. The beauty of the running back is if you look in the Hall of Fame or if you look all over the league, we look different. I don't look like Jerome Bettis. You know what I'm saying? But we both got to where you want to get to, which is playing at a high level, doing the things that's necessary, and winning football and helping teams win football games. So there's not a skill set. This is college. The guys that we bring in, is my job to teach them how to get to where they want to go. So I talk to them about their goals and dreams and what they want to do, and then I make sure that fits into what we're doing here as a team.
Go ahead, Neely.
Coach, in your career, you didn't just focus on carries, you focused on touches, which included the pass game. How excited are you about your running back room and their ability to catch and block and do all the things that it takes to be a running back?
Yeah, as I was saying, that's a huge part of why I say what I said. I never looked at myself as a running back. I looked at myself as a football player. And so I'm telling them that in this room, you're best served at being a football player, because if you decide that you want to make an NFL roster, guess what? You might have to tackle. You might have to play special teams. Running backs, well, if we only are runners of the ball, then we end up not making teams. So your best chance is understanding the game, understanding all facets of the game, and knowing what the quarterback does, understanding what the offensive lineman is doing. That's what we're doing. And what's expected of them is to understand how to talk about the game, and that has to be taught. Football is a different language, inside the lines, and teaching them how to communicate with me at a high level about what's going on, so when they come off the field and when something happens, we can have that conversation, and I can correct and help them make the adjustments they need to make so they can be better.
Matt, go ahead.
Kind of just following up on that, when you set the record for yards from scrimmages over 2,400, now it feels like more and more in the game of football it's more by committee running back wise. How do you feel that transition has gone, and why is it that way?
It's in the NFL, they can only deal with what's given to them. And when I was in college, and you were the main back, you were the main back. If somebody got in, they got in, like when you were tired, if they let you be tired.
Right.
I remember coaches calling timeouts, like, get some rest, you going back in. Mm-hmm. And I think now the game has grown to where that position, having multiple guys, it gives you more depth at the position. And what I like about it is I have a responsibility not to just get one guy ready. I got a responsibility to get every guy ready. And I'm going to tell you this, if we lose 2 guys, we'll be good. Not in the sense that the talent and what they bring, we won't have that. But as far as like the knowledge, the information, and how to execute and what to do, we'll be good. I promise you that. Like they all know. They'll tell you. You're expected to know what whoever's taking the 1 rep. If you've taken the 2 reps, you got to know. You have to know what's going on within this offense.
Hey, Coach, I got a two-parter for you. The first one is, what was the appeal at first of working with Coach Prime? What made you want to come here and work with him?
Well, it wasn't a want to work with him. For Coach, you just gotta like every how do I say this? You guys know him in a different way than I know him. You know, we've been friends for many years. We work together in television. I mean, we always talk just about the game and probably more about kids coming up in the game, and how do you affect and make sure that they come into the game the right way. And he's one of those way makers. Like he's not just, when you pay attention to kids that's going to leave this program and go to the next level, they're going to do it in a certain way. And you're going to say, oh, yeah, wow, like they were coached by a guy who understands how to get it done. And I identify with that. And so coming here, not just to win games on the field, but to win the game off the field, which is to make sure that these young men in life become what they want to become outside of football, that they become the father that they want to become, they be the brother, they be the husband, making sure that they do that. And that's the important part. So that was attractive.
And my follow-up to that would be, how does this collection of gold coats and experienced coaches, how does that make you the better version of yourself?
Well, just being around these guys, whether they played the game or coached the game for a long time, where Coach Shermer is, it's just that collection of talent and the respect that we have for one another, understanding that here's what I love. In our meeting rooms, things are said, everybody's opinion is respected when given, and we welcome it. There's no such thing as a dumb idea. Some of the best plays came in this game as they've been created off of mistakes. Things that we thought, oh, that was dumb. No, everybody's doing it now. So when you're around guys like that, I mean, they make me sharper. I know a lot of football. I've been around a lot of football, and I've had some hell of a coaches. And I walk into a room ready to learn. And I just believe in life, you're sitting in one or two positions. You're either teaching or you're learning. That's it.
Go ahead.
Coach, what have Simeon and DeKalen brought to the table since joining the team over the summer?
Both of them, just a level of professionalism. When you look at the fact that when you bring guys in, they've been around, and they're a little bit older. They understand and appreciate exactly what you have here, and so what you always want is you want competition, and that's all we want. Every day we line up to practice, we want you to compete. Like I just told them, I say, listen, you're going to have mental errors, and you'll probably loaf every once in a while because in you're learning to build up a tolerance to play every snap full speed. I said, but the reality is, the one thing you can control every play is your effort. And what they've done is they've brought a level of accountability into the room, and they're coachable. A lot of football players are teachable, but the really good ones are coachable, in the sense that when you say, hey, here's what I need you to do, they execute. The teachable ones ask you why, and then they go execute. That why is a couple of plays late. It can cost you to lose the game asking why.
Go ahead, Neely. Coach, talk to us about the support in your room. You got a guy you know well, Faulk Jr.
Yeah,
Jay
yeah.
Mack. What does it mean to you to have them to lean on to coach these guys up?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to have the ability to work with my son, and then Coach Mack, who brings a ton of experience, and we collectively we're learning how to effectively provide what's necessary to make sure that these players become the best that they can be. And iron sharpens iron. I get to every night have conversation with my son about the different running backs and what's going on. And a lot of times people don't want to take their work home. I get to take my work home, and there's no, as I said to them, don't let my level of play or my accolades take away your ideas. Always bring stuff to me. Tell me what you see. You don't become great in a sense of team by being exclusive. You have to be inclusive. I want their opinions matter, because then I get to teach them as well and let them know the different nuances about what's necessary or what's best, and they get to teach me too.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I have a couple questions for you. First off, you're coming in here with a bunch of guys that played college football, whether it was here or other places. How do you balance watching what they did before with giving them a clean slate in front of you?
Well, they get a clean slate. There's no, when you come here, what you did last year has nothing to do with this year, because I'm going to coach you different. I wasn't here. I didn't, whatever you did last year. And one of the hardest things is to unlearn. Unlearning, it's hard. And that's what we're trying to do. It was some shit you play with Travis and Shador. So they didn't watch you as much. But we're going to be counted on to where one of these guys, or just the position in a whole, could be the focus when the team, they say, okay, their running game matters. So now the things that we do, it's important. Those attention to details, those things that you think is minor. I'm a stickler for footwork. I'm a stickler for all of us. Like, we all have differences, but how we line up and how we take the handoff, we all do it the same. Now, after that, go be creative. But we all start with a canvas and a paintbrush the same damn way before we go make art.
And my second question is, you had a chance to go back to Canton this weekend.
Yeah.
How was that experience? You and Coach Sapp.
I'm a football, so and I say this because unlike most guys that's in the Hall of Fame or that played in the NFL, like, I grew up a football nut. I literally sold popcorn in the Superdome because I couldn't afford a ticket to watch the sorriest team in the 80s, the Saints. That's what I did. And I just love football. And to be around the guys who gave me the opportunity to play this game and left a game in my hands, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. And actually speaking, and this goes back to Coach Prime, I was like, I didn't want to go. I'm like, I agreed to do this. We're 2 days into camp. And Coach was like, no, you got to go. Like, I cannot go. You have to go. And it was the first time I'd been there and wanted to be somewhere else. But what a great time, man. It's just a great time to sit down next to Tony Dorsett and to have a conversation with him. To pick out a guy who every year I pick out an older guy and I sit down and I ask him about their career. I want to hear their highlights out of their mouths, and to hear Larry Little talk about his days, and the things he did and the guys he played against and the plays. You get to relive those moments. Their games aren't YouTubeable. Like, what I'm saying? People can go look at my highlights. You don't get to see that, and I give them a chance to tell me about it and really appreciate hearing their stories.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All good.
One question, Coach.